Big Herc916, positivity, motivation. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, share the channel. Let's grow this channel to 250,000 by the end of the year. I know we can do it. We just gotta all work together. Also, I look forward to seeing you guys on October 29th at the Wild Horse Pass in Chandler, Arizona. I'll be doing a meet and greet from 3 to 11, and it's the Modded Culture Sanctuary 4 event. So I look forward to you guys being there. Holler at me. I'll have a booth. I'll have a bunch of merch. I'll have some Never Settle for Average stuff. I'll have some Fresh Out stuff and some Muscle Up. So come through, holler at me, man. Look forward to seeing you guys at the meet and greet. I get a lot of interesting comments from the viewers, and I like to share those with you guys because they're very encouraging words coming from you guys. So one of the viewers said they control what we release for social engineering, mass manipulation. Example, hip-hop music executives. What do you guys think about that? I know there's definitely a narrative behind a lot of what we hear and what we see. I'm all for free speech, but if you're getting rewarded for a dysfunctional behavior, it's just like a little kid getting rewarded for beating up his little sister or beating up his little brother, or messing up his bedroom, then psychologically he thinks that behavior is a behavior that's beneficial to him. And I look at a lot of what's being promoted in hip-hop as the same thing. There's great music out there, but we don't see those people in the forefront, so we therefore think that the more we talk about violence and disrespecting the women, the more accolades we'll get in the end. So I have a tendency to agree with that comment, because looking back in retrospect, I think there's a lot of truth to that. Another viewer said, education used to be a top priority when we couldn't get it. We celebrated scientists and their accomplishments. Somewhere our culture, community began to look down on intelligence. Why do we glorify and build up ignorance and self-destructive behavior? It's only us doing this crap. Great point, man. You can't point the finger at anybody but ourselves. Gotta have some accountability. And this comment was in reference to just how we treat each other, man, and how we have issues within the black community that nobody wants to talk about. Everybody just wants to ignore and look towards another situation where they can claim victim. We got to stop glorifying the bullshit. No other community culture sets their youth up to fail the way we do. We crave the approval of mainstream by chasing the image they project as making it, giving these jacked up goals to reach, then villainize the activity, right or wrong, leaving us still on the outside. Another great comment, man. We glorify the bullshit, dysfunctional behavior, all this really non-moralistic valued principles. Kids, smoking weed, twerking, just little girls being very promiscuous, and young people being sexually hyperactive, and we think it's cool. Long-term effects, 2-3 generations, you have young people who are just out of control, man. And put that on top of lack of financial and educational. It's a society that people basically consider outcast. The only way a government can survive is by giving handouts, and groups dependent on their government system. Stop being dependent, stop voting, regain your country. What do you guys think about that? Another viewer. I got some great viewers, man. I really appreciate you guys. The comments you leave are golden. And like I said before, the channel should be at 1 million subscribers already, but I don't really talk about a lot of the internet gossip or get involved in the crazy drama beefs between people. So, or tell, a lot of old hip-hop war stories. So it is what it is. But I try to get you guys thinking, because I didn't really socialize with a bunch of people in prison. I did a lot of reflection and meditation. And so when I'm out here and I'm sharing with you right now, I'm at this park, it's quiet, it's a beautiful day. I try to think about what kind of conversation could I have with a young Herc, and I share that with you guys. Preach courage and resilience. Resilience is all about making positive forward steps in the face of adversity. Once you believe you are powerless, you'll only stand still, or worse, move backwards. Our ancestors went through much worse, yet they still persevered and made a life for themselves. They're right. They persevered and they kept it pushing. I hear stories about my grandfather when he was in the military, and he went into the military because his grandmother told him, if you don't go into the military, I have a feeling that you're not going to make it into your 20s because you're running around here and you're wilding out. So he went into the military at 17 to get out of the South. I believe he was in Georgia at the time, and he didn't have a father figure. He didn't really, he said he worked one day in the cotton field and that was enough for him. But, one thing I kind of regret that I never had more conversations with him about what he went through to get to where he's at. And he passed away. He had multiple properties. He was pretty much, said he didn't have to work. He had multiple streams of passive income. He was able to kind of, live his life and do his thing. He didn't never have to go into a nursing home. Fortunately, my mom took care of him. And, he always said he didn't want to die broke, man. He didn't want to die one of those people that didn't have anything, that were just forgotten. So, he was able to pass in his own home. But yeah, man, there's a lot of things our ancestors went through, and we disregard them like, oh man, I don't want to hear that shit, man. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But you could learn, man. It's not like you have to live in the past, but you can learn from what they have to tell you, and it builds inside you. These stories, you go back and you draw from them, and they make you stronger because it gives you a point of perspective. You got to have a perspective in life. You have no perspective, you just run around and you try things, and you don't realize that maybe if you would have talked to the person you're ignoring or writing off, they could have gave you some real game. So a lot of these people have game, man, but we gotta stop making excuses and stop trying to justify why we can't do something, and learn to better communicate among each other. So, hey man, Big Herc916, thank you guys for the responses, the comments, and hey, let's keep it pushing, man. Hope to see you guys at the meet and greet October 29th, which is Saturday, in Chandler, Arizona. Come pick you up some merch, let's take a flick, and hey man, never settle for average.
Never settle for average has always been my motto in life. So I've been fortunate enough to get together with the brand NSFA and become a brand ambassador, because there's no room for mediocrity in life. So whether you're out here and you're an athlete, you're in entertainment, you're a business person, represent and pick you up a hat. And for those of you who are law enforcement, military, veterans, first responders, use code USA15 and get 15% off. Click the link in the description and never settle for average.
Hello, I'm Big Herc916. Contact me for life coaching and motivational speaking.